Well, an illegal immigration crackdown, the first order of business for the House of Representatives, and apparently a lot of Democrats there aren't happy about it.
I wish that we were considering legislation that was worthy of her name.
Unfortunately, this bill does nothing to fix the immigration system or to prevent future tragedies like this. It is simply an attempt to score cheap political points off of a tragic death.
It's very clear that House Republicans are going to push an anti-immigrant agenda.
Despite all that nonsense and whining and complaining and outright lying, the Laken Riley Act passed today, with 48 Democrats supporting that bill.
It's named, of course, after that University of Georgia nursing student who was murdered on campus by an illegal immigrant while she was jogging. And our next guest co-sponsored the bill, which gives DHS the authority to detain illegal immigrants arrested for nonviolent crimes, including theft.
Joining us now, Texas Congressman Roger Williams. Congressman, great to see you.
Good to see you guys.
The jack-jawing and jawboning that we heard from those Democrats who clearly did not vote for this bill, shameful?
Well, it's shameful, unbelievable. I mean, I was asked before we took the vote if I thought anybody'd vote against it, and I say, how can anybody vote against this? But they did. They're still politicking with like Donald Trump's in their head or something. They got to get with it. This is a great bill. It sends a great message, protects a lot of people. And the bottom line is, if you're going to come here and do legal things, don't do illegal things. And if you're not, you're going back.
We heard Congresswoman Jayapal there saying this would do nothing to prevent tragedies like this in the future. I mean, how on earth can she say that?
Well, I don't know, but they're just politics with them, and they make things up as they go. The fact of the matter is, this is going to deter. This is what we need. This is what America's about. We're going to protect our citizens, and if they don't want to do it, then they won't. But we know their message, how they talk, Guy, is a loser, and we saw that November 5th.
What chances does it have, Congressman, in the Senate?
Well, I'd like to think it's going to pass. We were in a little meeting today. It seems like it's got a great chance. I hope so. I mean, there again, we have the Senate. I think it should pass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they'd need 60 votes, right? But they got 48 Democratic votes in the House. So.
Right. So do the math. Fingers crossed. Texas, again, is a top growth state, Congressman, coming in at not number one, but number two on U-Haul's latest rankings in terms of you're still attracting people. It's a no income tax state, but also, particularly with President Trump back in the White House and Republicans in the House control and Senate, you'll be just fired up in terms of energy production, I would think. A lot of jobs.
Oh, yeah, we're doing great. I think that we need to have a recount, Dagan, on that numbers 2 spot. But look, Texas is the best state, the greatest state in America. We got no personal income tax, as you said. Energy is going to be turned loose. Keystone Pipeline is going to be a big benefit of that. Letting oil producer, energy producer take risk is what Texas is all about. So we got a great thing going in Texas. The governor's done a great job in spending our money, unfortunately, to secure the border. So we sit in a great shape. Companies coming here. When I was Secretary of State, we would go all around the country and we'd sell the Texas message, and more often than not, we would bring business back to Texas from where we came from. We know a lot of California businesses are coming our way. So look, Texas is the place to be. Texas is going to be very successful, continue to be, and create a lot of jobs and do a lot of great things for our country.
Sounds like there's a bragging rights fight brewing between Texas and South Carolina. I think some of the South Carolina Republicans might have something to say about that. But you just invoked California. One of the interesting things that we learned today, and we were talking about this in the previous segment from Mark Zuckerberg at Meta and Facebook, one of the actions that they're taking, Congressman, is moving their content regulation teams at that company from California to the state of Texas. What do you think of that?
Well, I think it's great. I think it shows that Texas is where it's at. If you believe in capitalism, you believe in Texas. And so we have plenty of room. We have plenty of land. We have plenty of workers to accept whatever he wants to bring to us. And that's what Texas has always been geared for. When I was Secretary of State under Governor Perry, we used to say Texas is not only open for business, Texas is wide open for business. I think that continues.
And the people in Texas are not locked into one another in this left-wing lunatic groupthink. And that's really what Zuckerberg and at Meta with Instagram and Facebook, that's the one thing that they need the most internally, is to get away from the liberal luniverse of California.
Well, they will get away from that when they come to Texas, and they'll be able to do business. You won't have one person saying something, another person saying something different. They'll be able to promote Texas. They'll promote their business. People will think in a capitalistic fashion, a risk and reward fashion, which builds businesses, builds net worth. We're the right spot to come.
Congressman, thank you so much. Congressman Roger Williams.